Guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome back to my Bernie Spin of Fate series. This is episode 5 and I'm thinking about spreading the series out a little bit. I haven't posted a video for a while in this one and I'm thinking of doing this every 2 weeks because currently I am really getting back into my F1 2010 career mode and I'm really enjoying the Bianchi season as well. They're my two main series at the moment, but I do like this series. It's just not as enjoyable as them two in my opinion. And I've kind of felt the same in terms of feedback as well. But we're on to episode 5 here. Looking for, obviously, a great track and to get some big points. We're kind of languishing in the standings. So we could do with picking some big points here. So let's go for the track. And hopefully we'll have an exciting track to race at. To quote Daniel Bryan, yes, 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 yes. We've got Spa, absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite tracks, probably the best track in the world. Absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to this. How long is it going to be? I would love a 50% one. I really would. Come on. Be good to me, Fruit Machine. To quote Daniel Bryan once again, yes, yes, yes. I am so sad, aren't I? But yeah, 50% around Spa. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, this could be great. Let's just hope we don't get a manner. But looking at them remaining teams, we've got the top 3 teams in there. So it could be very interesting. A Mercedes would be perfect because we can definitely win this race. I think Force India would be pretty good because they have the Mercedes power unit. Sauber and Manor. Let's just hope we don't get them. That's the only hope for this one. So let's do this. Who are we going to get? Luckily we got a great choice in Ferrari, so I'm very happy with that. Let's type in the names of the drivers. Who will we be driving as? Vettel or Raikkonen? Let's do this. So it's going to be Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari, a 50% race around Spa. I cannot wait. Let's jump over to the race. So here we are at sunny Spa. I made that rhyme and I don't know why. I need to stop doing things like that in these videos. So into qualifying, and this was the result from one-shot qualifying. Valtteri Bottas in the Williams takes pole just from Nico Rosberg. Hamilton's down in 5th, and this is another indication why I really like integrating one-shot qualifying into my series like this. I haven't done it too often, but it looks good for the future. Obviously, we're at the back, so we've got obviously a lot of positions to make up, but I think we have a shot here at potentially winning this. I did win this race as Lewis Hamilton in another series, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm very excited. My favourite team, my favourite driver on the grid at the moment, and my favourite track combined, so let's hope for a good one. I'm actually going to start on the prime tyres because I think this is the perfect opportunity. Don't want to waste the options in the first stint, and we can still make up a lot of positions because there's so many overtaking opportunities around this track. So, can we get the 25 points for ourselves and Sebastian Vettel? 5 lights and away we go. We don't get a great getaway, but obviously we're on the prime tyres, so we're going to look for the inside in the first corner, see if we can make any cheap positions. The 2 Manors have been dispatched. We're side by side with the McLaren. Let's see if we can get a better exit. We do indeed, but we don't get great traction there compared to the cars ahead. But with this setup, as I say every time at Spa, I have an amazing setup. Maldonado, I'm sure, nearly crashed there, but we're going for the move straight past Maldonado. Look at this straight line speed. I think it's 1-1 wings. I think that's the classic around tracks like this. And are we going to go up the inside of Ericsson? He leaves the door open. We do go for it. Up the inside, side by side through the chicane. We've got to give him room, slight contact, but we should get it done. He is ahead, but he goes slightly too deep. And that's us up into 14th place. So it's been a solid start. we've got to really take into account we are on the prime tyres, and then after our first stint we'll be able to see if we can catch up to the cars at the front. It's going to be very tricky if the Mercedes are in the lead, but Bottas qualifying him on pole really did help, and Hamilton down in 5th. So let's see if we can make the most of that and take the 25 points. On the back of Hulkenberg, looking for an opportunity. We don't really have the grip that they do in this middle section, but we do think about the move side by side. He's going to be still there. He'll have the inside line here. We need to give him enough room. And yes, his options pull him through there. But the first and third sector is probably where we're going to get most of our overtakes done, because look at the drive we get here. Slipstream. We're going up to rich mix, and we're going to breeze past the Force India, even with their Mercedes power unit, up the inside through. Is it Blanchimont? I think it is. And look at us catching up to the 2 Red Bulls. They have no pace. Kvyat dispatched. Oh, we try and do a switch type of move. We make contact with Ricciardo. We're going to hang it up the inside, and we've actually got it done. That would have looked absolutely fantastic if we didn't make contact with the back of Ricciardo, but sadly there wasn't the room that I actually expected there to be. We're pushing really hard here on the back of Grosjean, and you can probably expect a few more positions to be gained coming down here. We do have Ricciardo on our tail. The Lotus did hold us up in the middle section of this lap, but we're not as fast as we were on the previous lap, but we're still going to go for the move round the outside into the bus stop. He does squeeze us, but we're later on the brakes. Very tidy, and we have the inside line for the second part of the chicane, and there we go, nicely done. And if we look on the minimap, we're not that far behind the leaders, so if we can get past the likes of Verstappen and whoever is in front of him as quick as possible, we should be okay. And we've got DRS now to make the move even easier. Straight past Verstappen. Can we get Nasser as well? He is very high in the standings, a lot higher than you would expect. Up the inside, and we're side by side with the Sauber once again. We've got to let the car run out wide, but we've got it done in the same place as we got Marcus Ericsson. Nasser lost a position there as well. We're up to 8th already on lap 3. I told you, it is very easy to make up positions coming from the back around Spa. On to lap 4. We get a fantastic launch out of Eau Rouge compared to the AI. I'm not too sure if it's the setup or how the AI are programmed, but oh, we've got a yellow flag as we're making the move on Sainz. We've got to give the position back. And I actually did check the replay there just to see if there was any incidents, because it must have been coming up to Eau Rouge if there's an incident there. And absolutely nothing happened, so I don't know why there's yellow flags, and that happened a couple of times in this race for some reason. Not sure at all why. And we actually couldn't catch up to Sainz or overtake him in the middle sector, so we had to wait till the end of the lap. And we're losing time when we get silly little glitches like that, but up the inside of Sainz, pretty easily done. Can we get Perez into the chicane? Let's see if we do catch up. We obviously will close in, but are we going to go for it up the inside now? We're probably too far back. So we're going to have to wait till probably the Kemmel straight to get DRS and breeze past the Force India. But we don't get a great run out the first corner, but Eau Rouge, as I said before, that is where we get the slingshot. We're absolutely going to fly past him. DRS is just going to make it that much easier. And DRS so overpowered here, and we breeze past into 6th place, and now we're behind our teammate. And considering we're 5 laps into this race, we're only 4.5 seconds behind Kimi, so we're not far at all behind the top 5. And Rosberg pitted at the end of lap 5, which is a very early stop around here. I'm going for a 2 stop, so he must be going for a 3 stop. Everyone else has pitted. I'm talking about the guys at the front, and we have taken the lead ahead of Verstappen and Kvyat, which could get very controversial indeed. So we've stretched these tyres out to lap 8, which it was a bit of a struggle on the final lap. And thinking forward, I wasn't sure if I was going to go for 2 option stints, because am I going to stretch both sets of tyres for 7 laps? It's going to be very difficult. It might be needed in terms of strategy though, so I could go option prime, but I really want to go option to give us the best chance of winning this. So we're coming out the pits. Are we going to come out in 6th? Where's Bottas? There is Bottas. We're up to 6th. That's brilliant. We nearly lose it out the pits though, which is never a good sign. But Sainz is in 7th. We're well ahead of him, so it's definitely a battle between the Ferraris, the Williams and the Mercedes for the victory here. And I think I'm going to be in the thick of things. So we're on the back of Bottas. Took a lap or so to catch up to the back of him. Let's see if we can go for a move, and this is looking very reminiscent from a move I pulled on Bottas round the outside of Blanchimont. Oh, I nearly said Jos Verstappen there. Max Verstappen-esque, we've got the move done. That was so exhilarating to drive because he got really close there. You'll see in the replays coming up, and it really makes you understand how good Max's move was, because when I initially saw it, I didn't think it was that good. But when it gets close like that, look how close we were to touching the back of Bottas. Luckily I reacted. I had to go on the grass slightly as well. You can just see how close our front wing got to his rear right tyre. That could have been a serious accident if we made contact there. But we successfully pulled off that move. Very happy with that. Lap 11 now. Bottas is actually fighting back, but he doesn't have the straight line speed even with DRS. That shows how straight line oriented? What am I saying? Oriented this setup is. I can't talk well. But we were closing on the back of Raikkonen. We would have overtaken him, but he's gone into the pits, and I'm pretty sure a lot of cars are on 3-stop strategies here. I'm definitely going to stick to 2 now. I know that the way I'm going to win this race is to go for options in the final stint. So I've got to stretch these tyres out another 2 laps and then come into the pits, and it was tricky. The options, especially the front tyres, did struggle on them 2 laps. So coming into the pits, but I think we're in a great position to win it now, definitely. We'll have to see where we do come out after this pit stop, just so we can analyse like how this race is going to pan out. We're down to 5th. Where's Bottas? I think he's been held up by a back marker. And we're going to come out in 5th. There's our teammate. And I'm pretty sure all the cars ahead have to pit. Apart from... Actually, from what I remember, Raikkonen was on the primes. And so was someone else. But anyway, we have a bit of team radio coming up from Kimi.
Kimi, get out of the way.
Don't shout there. I went out of when I have a chance, but not
Some harsh words there from the engineer, but he really had to let me through. I mean, I've got the best shot of winning this. I've got the option tyres. I need to get past because my tyres are going to be dead on the final couple of laps. And that is Hamilton just ahead of us. And we're really closing in on him. He's coming up to a back marker, it looks like. I think that's Will Stevens. They've actually made a bit of contact. Whoa! That could have ended in disaster. And Hamilton's into the pits. Clearly didn't want to be overtaken by me. But he's making a final 3rd pit stop. And he's going on to the option tyres, I think. We've set the fastest lap of the race. Rosberg ahead of... Actually, it's Rosberg who's on the prime tyres. It was Rosberg and Raikkonen. So can we close Rosberg down and then pull out a lead as our tyres go off? But he pits as well, which is very strange with 4 laps to go. So everyone in, like, the important people, the top 6, are 3-stopping apart from us. We've set another fastest lap of the race, so these tyres are doing well at the moment. We've got to pull out a lead and then hope the cars behind don't catch up to us. But I don't know, they're going to be quite far behind after making an extra pit stop. Raikkonen actually made an extra pit stop as well. So we had a great big lead to Rosberg. And yeah, the last 2 laps, my tyres did go off, my front tyres, but it wasn't a struggle at all. I mean, look, I've got an 8-second lead to Rosberg, and we're going to take the victory, get a well-deserved 25 points to our tally, but also, which is key for the driver's standings, to Sebastian Vettel. Well, I think it's safe to say that Sebastian was very happy with that one, and I am as well. Coming from the back to 1st is a great achievement, so that's 25 points, well deserved. A trophy for the cabinet, and the standings are going to be very exciting at this halfway point of this kind of customised season. It's been an experimentary, is that even a word, experimentary series? But I've quite enjoyed this. It's been different. And it's good to be driving in all the different cars. So let's see the result of the Belgian Grand Prix round 5. Vettel takes the win. Yes, I did. From Rosberg, Massa got onto the podium. Bottas, who took pole, dropped down to 6th and finished half a minute off the lead. Not a great race for him there. And then Kvyat, Sainz, some of the more unlikely people to score big points. Looking further down, no real surprises really. There were no retirements. It was a bit of a standard race, but some of the racing was fantastic, and obviously we took the victory. So let's have a look at the driver's standings. Halfway through the season, I have given Vettel the lead in the standings, 83 points. But remember, I have not driven his Mercedes yet, so imagine if I drive as Hamilton, that could make him take over Vettel. I'm up to 6th, equal on points with Ricciardo and Bottas, so that's going to be a very exciting battle. It's definitely mixed things up doing a quick race, a customised season, so I don't know how it's going to end up, but we're doing very well, and we could be fighting for high positions if things go our way. Into the constructors, Mercedes and Ferrari battle has definitely closed up after I scored them points for Ferrari, but without Mercedes you'd probably expect me to get on the podium at least. But yeah, it's looking very interesting indeed. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see the rest of this series and my other series, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.